Yes, Nanogisms once again, welcome. Welcome to our class. Thank you for joining us. Let us express some new things we found in our overnighted dream states adventures with you all. We want to define it as we aforementioned yesterday, that of trust. So let's look at the channel herself. Let's look at her ego right now. She's knowing, we're going to talk about her. Waves of interaction, input, change the frequency of her awareness because she's getting positive feedback. She's a great channel, exceptional channel. And that's almost embarrassing. Isn't that interesting? But see, I want you to look at input, and then I want you to hone it to the truth. And the truth will be held with trust, right? So let's look at the idea of Roxanne becoming a new channel, 2013. She goes back and looks at her old self and see how much she's evolved. But at that time, she was the best, and her thoughts were the best version of herself. And the moment was trusted not to waver upon herself. She didn't care. She just didn't care about what people thought. It hurt her. Oh, of course, she's not dead. It hurt her quite so. The ridicule, the controversy, the people always wanting to know what abouts and these things. It bothered her. So she trusted herself. All the input, she trusted that this is my truth. She found it. And she journeyed forward. And the evolutionary result is the channel you have today. Roxanne. Falling in love with herself, trusting her truth. It's a staple. It is something to lean on. It is not a dependency. There's a difference. See, dependencies you can lean on as a safety and security outcome measurement. Okay? Trust doesn't give you an outcome. It says you're right, and there's no proof. Right? Huge difference with dependencies. Trusting in another. Trusting your seatbelt in your car. Trusting these things in reality have a placement of trust. Right? Trusting your rope will hold if you are a mountain climber. These things are placed in value. Trusting outside dependencies to keep you well-being, safe, secure, positive. Right. I like these things. They're very interesting. They're very intriguing. However, they hinder you in the aspect you have trekked yourself with. You're looking to become awake. You have a motivation, a natural self, an inclination to explore your inner self. So valuing dependencies trusted in another would be depleting to your world of exploration to know yourself. You see that. And trust would be a staple, a Jesus nut, right? Something that holds in the helicopter blades. If that goes, oh Jesus, all blades gone, right? But that is you and your quality of life unto yourself. Do you see what trust does? When it is placed in the hands so shakily and haphazardly, then that trust that you have placed in that is only as good as the perspective of where you placed it. In other words, the internal perspective where you place your trust, that's where the trust will be in question. Because it lies in wait with an individual singularity, with its own exploratory skills, its own truth, to be broken. Trust will be broken because you cannot contain another, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter. The trust will be broken. Whether you experience the will of that trust being broken is another thing. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you follow your intuition and buy a new rope. Okay? Things like that. We enjoy this trust. It was time spent. Forgive me, I don't want eyes today. Very bright. Very bright. Okay. So let's say, we have an excellent example who's joined us. Sonia is in class today. She was booted out. Someone bought her a cup of coffee. She felt lowly. We just asked her, Roxanne did, how do you feel? See all the doubt? See, she's doubting her actions in time. But there is one thing to notice, all of you. She's alive. How the fuck can you not trust the now? Oh, that's my really favorite word. I like that word, fuck. It's so dynamic and meaningful. It spans all languages, doesn't it? Great. Thank you for the usage. Fuck. Very good. Okay. The time-based, where you placed your trust in actions upon yourself, is where you doubt. But now, how can you not trust the world that you are in the present? I know that you judge the world that you have created because you were taught a system of measurement. And within that system, you have an emotional reaction through a systematic series of events called your life that reinforced the polarity system to such an extreme realism, it is almost unfathomable to ever doubt. In other words, you have your devout religious, your devout rights and wrongs, your evils and your goods, because polarity has been validated as an extreme yes, and any truth becomes real in the eye of the beholder. You know these things. So when you break that algorithm, it would be a good idea to break it all the way. Now, what we mean by that is when I asked Stephanie, our partners, Sonia, the idea of how are you through Roxanne, right? How are you? See that? That's a choice. She knows her reality is shitty in time. All of you do. You have so many ways that you can bring yourself out, down and up, but you seem to spend more time down. As a side note, so much time putting yourself down and up and down and up. You're never trusting the present. The present is life. But see, the algorithm, again, takes a form of a consistent change variable that you must employ. You have to fix things, in other words. You are constantly trying to fix an unbroken God, a situation that lies nowhere. The other day, we see that Grisa was in peril because his father had threatened. His father had threatened to kick him out of his mother's or grandmother's house, Grisa's grandmother's house. An outside source to come in and infringe his anger because Grisa has broken the trust value that his father laid in him as a dependency. And that shattering offended and suffered his father. So action needed to be taken. Well, as you all heard, those of you who were present, Grisa's still at the grandmother's house. See, it doesn't matter what happened, it's now that is happening. To change your mind from that actual, always habiting time to become familiar, acquainted with the now, the present, the current that needs no paddling, right? This isness that's always present is a monumental task. Because if it wasn't for emotions, it's so simple. But since emotions is attachment to reality, and without them you have no existence, well, that's why it's excruciating. I just wanted to solve all the questions you've ever had about evolution, and now you have it. It is as simple as that. If there is no fear present, which means trust has to be, action upon the authentic takes place, vibration occurs. If you fear your own actions, you trust only that of your mind and history and waver off the authentic discernment you know is your truth, then you create a vibration and create a reality. It's simple. I'll be here all week. There's nothing else to know. Now it's living. All it is living. Sonia, you're alive now, present, with God all around you. You. Yet you bitch, complain, I have fear, wonder abouts. Yes, that's your ego. And you have a stifling ego, a big, monstrous ego. Yay! Isn't that wonderful? You're not embracing your isness. You're escaping and running from you instead of holding you and say, I'm a bitch. Ha ha! I don't like me very much. I am a failure and a constant. I have disappointed many. Look at me. And you feel alive in the present of that. And then you all know what happens, don't you? I have very loud tone. Did you hear that? We went up in volume. That was exciting. Did you see the colors change? I bet you did. See, what that does now is deplete the ego, because the presence of a God upon the reflection of its own reality, you are aware of you and yourselves that you employ, can only deplete the ego. But see, your ego has sold you a story that you're actually not trying to fix the reality. You're constantly trying to fix yourself. And you know it, but you don't want to know it, because that means you don't know what to do. And God forbid, Sonia doesn't know how to act, or she'll be less than. All of you will be less than if you don't know what to do. How you're supposed to behave in accordance with this picture image that is acceptable. Right? Look how much fear you truly have. Your self-worth is in question in exponential amounts of time. I would call it every day. And you stifle your worthiness. Vibration. Not consequences why you stifle, because those are not now. Present, trust now. You stifle that for time. You judge and beat up yourself for time. For time's sake. This is exquisite material. You all can retire from Ascension. You know what we do. Now, are you? We noticed that part. You guys keep cycling yourselves, don't you? We understand plateaus now. See, the worthiness to take a shot at yourself, a risk, as Grisa did. But now he's plateaued in some mannerisms. He got to a certain point to where he doesn't want to fuck up his reality any longer, because he truly hasn't fucked it up. He's just lived. But somewhere in his egoic self, his structure, is judging him.
You're muted.
How can I be muted? You guys get me muted? Yes or no?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. It might be your input. So Grisa, back to you. So this plateau idea is taking risks at a state of being, a state of presence, a trust. Okay, this trust self is allowed to take a chance on itself, so it leaves and goes and finds its love, Rebecca. And then that life starts to become unstable in egoic measurement. Not as a whole. We're talking about the selves present, the opposition self, right? The fractal and the whole self. He took movement in action and trusted his now and became a new reality. And that reality started to fail after a certain period of time and question, doubt, but now showed the truth. And what's wrong with it? He didn't get ventured into the United States, so he was rejected. And now the depletion of the arrangement, the love between Rebecca and him, is in question. We researched very well with you. You are dynamic. See, so since there has been in his ego mind a validation of consequences for actions, he's plateaued. When a risk comes, he second guesses. But see, if you wiped your memory, you would never, ever hesitate. Because there's no reason to. You can't imagine what it is to be now without a memory, can you? You forget everything every moment. Because there's no reason to remember, because the presence is. Can you trust that? Can you move into that world of trust? To live and have all of those emptinesses, shallows, fucking, you can feel the empty pain beckoning you to fill it. You can feel yourself depleting, the image no longer. And it's calling you and it's begging you, oh, please feed me. And you don't, and you stay steady in the now. And you become non-polarized. You become isness. The experiences are no longer valued as a measurement scale. The experiential you is a consistent of no reasons or reasonality behind it. You become something of a chomper, like me. Chomping your reality. Always feeding in the present, right? This would be your first idea to become familiar with. See, when you realize your wholeness, the assets of time become plainly seen as tools, as a way to express an experience. See, there's a God that knows himself as the now. That's our natural, the fleeting now. We gave ourselves the ability of time to reflect a social memory complex, soul, you guys call it. That reflection idea packs in all that, and you can go back and forth when you use time. But in the now, you're natural, you're just now. We want to show you that so you can see time is just a choice. It's not relevant in pain or success, happiness or suffering. Time does not have that equation only. You can look at it that way because that's all you know, but once you understand the wholeness, time becomes a different relationship. Isn't that fascinating? Look what you can do for yourselves right now. But again, it has to be actionable. You have to employ the vibration. You can't think about it. You can't theorize about it. You can't say then, not now. Because now is reality is, now is reality is, now is reality is. There's no reason to be reality was. Reality might be. Because reality is, and that's where you place your trust, and you have a dynamic isness present that cannot be wavered. You waver in time. But Grisha is healthy. Does he have his materialisms he seeks? No. Sonia is healthy. Does she have her materialisms? She seeks securities and safeties. Absolutely not. Now, don't tell me that's not a greatest gift they've given that to themselves. To live edged, to live with nothing but the now, so they can become growingly familiar with what it is to be a now God. And all the remnants of their judgments can be brought forth and validated. And then they know they are experiential of that validation. And now the now is, and they could do it again or they could change. And when they change, they will notice a different depletion, a different relationship with that idea of the egoic structure that judges or feels a particular way, but it does not have to be the same value system of that. And it depletes and lessens, and the isness becomes more now in the how you feel in the moment. Non-polarized judgment becomes alive. You can feel the presence of your color, your staple, your isness. And by the way, materialism is representation of your creation, your creator skills. Do not be afraid of accepting, Sonia, your materialism aspects, Grisa, your materialism ways of how you can co-create your environment. It is you two that keep away and what do I want. You keep away what I want by wanting. Isness, trust, now creates vibration, length of time. Patience must be employed. Patience. Movement come. Let the opportunity present itself. Let you being worthy, and this is more so because Grisa's on the yes boat. He will say yes. Sonia, sometimes when something's presented to you, your ego's so goddamn big you can't accept it because you had nothing to do with it. Because every time someone gives, there has to be a payment in polarity. They can't give for any reason. It is so obtuse for someone just to do something. Do you know how difficult it is for Roxy to buy people Starbucks or pay for the groceries or buy them dinner at the table next to you? Do you know how hard it is for her to do that? Do you know how many people reject that? The reason why I am vibration giving that about it, because I feel Roxy, that whole co-created moment, God having the ability at that moment, this vibration you feel, to reject itself. Oh, fantastic. What a way to live. Whew. I love the energy. Our pardons. It's just so exciting what you can do. You can laugh at a funeral. You can cry at a wedding. Oh. Oh, it's like I'm almost out of energy. You guys are so alive. I'm alive my way known. It is immeasurable. But when you have the ability to measure, you can see how you are not and are alive at the same time. Bam. Masters. It's interesting to watch the emotions deplete as time moves. Did you notice that? You come back to a kind of a steady after it's exciting. And the exciting is not up or down. In measurement, the exciting can be either. Exciting is just a vibrational state. That's all. Whether if it's attached to fear, suffering, or excitement of happy and joy, it doesn't matter. It's still exciting. It's vibration. Think in terms of vibration. Nicola. Ha! 369 thing, everyone, is the dynamic structure of gravity and the relationship of how it creates your reality of your physical space, the dynamics of the planet in its sacred geometry, positioning, but it is not the secret to life, as some of you try to make it. The secret to life is that you're God. That's all you need to know. You're a creator. That is the creator. True that. I like watching your movies. Do you know what was a good movie for me? I watched it last night. Roxy's. My Cousin Vinny. That was an exceptional movie. Lots of laughter. So much arrogance and so much depletion of worthiness. All to be solved with one thing. Vincent Gambino. Whatever his name was that he used. Gallo. Changed. Trusted himself. He trusted himself as a person. You know? Vinny, like what's his name? Ralph Macchio. You know? Always saw the angle. He explained to his friend, he always saw the angle. So he had instilled trust in him, but almost wavered. But he trusted not Vinny. He trusted himself. And Vinny was the right guy. See, that's how it worked. People think that he trusted Vinny. Ralph trusted himself, what it instilled vibrationally. The version of Vinny that trusts himself. Isn't that exquisite? Maybe you can see how dynamic the co-creation truly is on this planet. When you vibrate a version of non-trust and someone that does trust themselves, that trusting self goes to a different reality. It has a different experience. You get the version of the non-trusting self because you are a creator, aren't you? You think the haphazard idea of the people out there are because of them? No. They are their truth and the version of reality you co-create. Now it's going to get a little sticky and a little scary. See how much really you're creating your reality. And if you are a worthy, trust, self-filled expression of authentic, then you would tear away so many versions. They will wane in time, and they will wax in the now, and they will become something miserable, whole, as you are. Don't judge along the way, because the frequencies are versions. You have to trust the now, always. Not one to the next, to the next, to the next, leaping over frequencies. Be in the now. I think this is all we have. I think this is an exciting employment of information that seeps into your conscience, and it starts to work itself through you and start to embrace and hold you and show you its wares, its company, its companionship, its union. You are better for it, not in measurement, because you just are always more than. Excellent. Questions, anybody? Cut it short today, we know. No questions. Okay. Let me offer this then. Who's that? Ah, yes. Oh my goodness, Belle, Roxy sees you. Chicago Belle from Brazil. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Oh, you're at work. Oh, okay. We won't bother you. Can you please join us? Roxy would love to catch up some other time in the evening when you are not at work. We would love to hear from you, Roxanne says. Very good, Roxy. She dimmed the lights for me. So you understand, as a summation, that your now cannot be untrusted. You cannot untrust creation. You are creation. You cannot defile yourself no matter how hard you try. You cannot deplete yourself no matter how much you trust in your fractal, that is depletion, whatever you judge yourself with. The truth is that you are, and that can never be diminished. It only grows larger, brighter, more vibrant, more alive, more expansive, forever. Remember, there's no space in creation, so you have all the space to expand. You can become as large as you ever can imagine, and you can be large by being small and going the reverse, and become smaller to become larger as well. So it's not a measurement of large, it's the expansive view. And it's done with I am a God. No matter how much you think in your mind thinking that that's bullshit, you have a presence about you that may employ doubt against the bullshit and trust for the self. That's going to be up to you. The information you have is expansive. Trust. Don't give anything a secondary thought. Trust yourself. Don't worry about whatever is tomorrow. Trust yourself. Don't place your trust in another. Trust yourself. Watch what happens when you really start to not beat yourself up in participation. The conscious self participating with the ego self, you fucked up, saying, bullshit, didn't fuck up. You say I fucked up, but I love me. And you be that me, that I trust me in a consistent fashion. Vibration will notice, you will change, and the world will become a different relationship to where that resounding theme of judging you is no longer palatable within your questionable self, because you are now not in question with yourself. True that. All right. We love you. We're going to bring back Miss Roxy. Jennifer, you had something. I saw the hand.
Well, Bailey, did you want to share something?
Oh, yes, if there's still a little bit of time.
Oh, yes, there was time.
This is a drawing that I drew. I have no idea what it is, and I gave it the name Dorgon, but...
Okay, well, first off, I'm going to interrupt your unworthiness because it's not pleasant for me when I am in a measurement scale, and I am polarized. I have no idea what it is. Do you all hear that? That's the complete participation in the egoic self, because the egoic self doesn't have the correct answer, but the present does. Don't talk for a second. Leave your ego out. We're going to rip you up a little bit so you can feel what it is to be your ego in participation. So you can feel that you are that truth in the presence of trust. But in the present, stop talking. You're still talking. You have diarrhea of the mouth, don't you? You must be taxing to be around. I can tell you that. Now, that's from a polarity. A whole scale, I know you're phenomenal. So in the idea of the egoic self, since you drew something that makes no sense, then of course you have to be, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of great. Can you guys please accept me for my greatness and make me feel better about myself? That's what's going on. Now, I am well versed in polarity, and it is that truth. Now, here's the gift. You get to choose. See, the thing is you haven't been choosing. You've been convincing. You've been being sold. You're not choosing an authentic. That's what you need to get used to. Now, what is it called? Dorgon?
Yes.
Can you back up a little bit and let us see more of the picture?
Oh, well, that's the only thing on that page, but that's also something that I drew.
Come forward again.
And but I drew it with no goal in mind. So it was more of the paper and the pen speaking to me and me
Well, let's
drawing.
just say it's your authentic self and not define it to the paper and the pen
Oh.
because you're some kind of authentic. I'm just ridding you of your actual fucking diarrhea you do for reasons that you
Yeah.
can't explain. So you give, listen to me, you give the authority and the isness over to the pen and the paper, and you're authentic. I don't know what the hell I'm doing because you're
Yeah.
less than. You do know what you're doing. You just don't know it because you don't trust the present. Are you following?
Yeah.
Perfect. So what is
Completely.
Dorgon? Is Dorgon
Me.
the head or is Dorgon just the eye?
It's I guess it would be centered in the eye, but it would be it. But I
No,
did.
no. Stop with your buts. You just got to have yourself filled. Be empty with me for a minute. It's okay. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to find your existence will continue. so, do you see the shape that you drew around it?
Yes.
Does that look like a head to you?
Not really.
Well, it is. It's a reptilian head.
It is?
Okay, you're going to question everything? I'm not going to talk.
No. I'm sorry.
You're not having enough love for yourself.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't need to give you any more because you're not used to it and you're in shock that you can actually shut the fuck up. How about that? Very good. So that is a reptilian head. Now, the ordainment over the eye is the classical idea of Drachmonian. It stands for the four symbols of what you would call your elements. That is placed upon the eye, but you just didn't find the scales underneath behind it because it is a different color. But in your imaginative scale, your interpretation, you translated what you would call a species called Drachmonian. Okay. Now, it's not that great. It's not that special. You don't feel good and fulfilled because your ego is starting to drain. That's what you need to accept. Then you can start losing the life that you've had, which has been a shitty life. And I mean a shitty as in polarate. No, of course you had happy and sad. But shitty is a vibration that we encompass as polarity so you can see that you're no longer valuing the life of a constant cycle. Very good. That's what it is. Is there any more questions about it?
No.
Oh, exceptional mastery.
Would you like to see something else?
Not really. Would you like to show me something else?
Yes.
Oh, well, then go ahead. See what it's like to be a god, assertive and real, and don't ask me for permission. What am I going to do? Say no? That is a very cute puppy, Coral. He's filling as he go. Yes. It looks like a clown that's experimenting with its new eyes.
That's a very good explanation.
It doesn't need to be explained. That's what we call an interpretation. Explanation is for the ego. You have fun with it, though, because you're good at it. It is very dynamic to be alive in such movements with ego. You are absolutely, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the class, absolutely all up and down, all over the scale, and I can feel how it is worth the trip. All right, I'm going to get back to the now unless anyone else has anything.
Nano. Hey, it's
Scott.
I was just wondering if you could tell me my color.
Well, you know your color. I would like to offer it as a writing. In what color do you know yourself as? It's not the color of human. It's a human rainbow color. But what it is the way you feel about life. Do you know what it is? Can you trust it for a moment and just say it without fears of getting it wrong? It's an interpretation of the now. Go ahead.
The sun.
I wrote yellow. didn't I? Because you know yourself as the sun. You shine your yellow light. That's how you represent bright on this planet. So yellow is your, I'm going to shine and show you that this shit is not shitty. Very good, Svetlana. We all just had yellow in our mind, didn't we? Because we're connected. And we all know Scott's color. Because Scott is bright to the world. He's not afraid to drink and lavish himself in 5-star restaurants and hotels and smoke cigarettes because he wants to. He's yellow to the world so people can see he is not uncertain of his expression. Now that's bright. Very good.
Brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ah, good stuff.
I'd like to ask a question.
Brent.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. If I said, Brent, it was because I heard you. But I did feel you too, so I understand the question. Go ahead.
Perfect. What you and Jennifer had said to me yesterday was very helpful. And I hear what you said to Sonia and Griza, and I'm listening to the truths in my mind. And I see the ridiculousness of it because we're being reminded how we're God, and how you just said to them, like, because I had that happen this weekend, like my bank account went negative. So it's like that's so good to be living on the edge. But there's the truth of, the bank account being full is like value and safety. And I see how strong that is, but I can't let that go and switch over to the value of being on the edge.
See, that's what you're getting confused about. You don't want to avoid one and become the other. You want to take the journey, Brent. You don't want to extinguish having that feeling and then become an instant. That's what you're always looking for. You're looking for a complete depletion and a new way to feel instantaneous. But
Looking for the fix.
Yeah, don't fix. Be the journey of it. Every process, you guys know the journey with Roxanne's money. She's gone through the money idea over and over and over again because she lives the now of it. And it is now, it doesn't matter. Okay? Because now is the present. Where are you at? You're at work? Do you need money now? No? Okay. But see, you can't fix it. You have to be it.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer, you want to add something? Hang
Brent,
on.
I wanted to share this to you. I know you want to go on, but there's this thing that I got thanks to you last night, and I talked to Roxanne about it. Do you remember, Brent? There was a few weeks ago in class. I think this is the best way to show it to you. There was somebody in the channel that had said, they were talking about Roxy and saying that Roxy was taken for a man, or somebody made a comment about a man, and you wrote to me in the comment, I don't see that. How could anybody ever see Roxy as a man? I only see her as a woman. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. That vibration that you felt was one that could not see anything but Roxy as a woman in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Can you look at her right now and say she's absolutely a woman and there's no man trait? Be honest.
Well, I've been hearing it so much that she's
No, not
both.
hearing.
So.
Wait, no, you. What do you see?
There is no offense here.
There's no offense, Brent. You got to be honest here.
More woman, but definitely some man.
There you go. Okay. What I'm showing you is that part of the man dropped off because it doesn't matter. You see her as a woman.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at is this, Brent. You right now, when let's talk about your hair, about money, whatever, that is never going to change. When you are going to see that you're the only one that sees that basically looks at his head and sees it bald, or looks at his account and sees it as negative, you're going to understand that you're the only one that's creating that in your reality. When you completely accept that in your heart and you be that negative in the bank account, you be that baldness, it's going to deplete to a point where you're never going to see it again. It doesn't matter if it's there or not. You're
Bingo.
looking at fixing it. You're looking at
Whoa,
fixing.
whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. You need
Sorry.
to drive home the point that if you see yourself as bald, right, you will have a baldness. Maybe, maybe not. If you see yourself in lack, I might go bald. You will maybe have it, yes or no. What you are trying to do is figure things out. But Jennifer wanted to denote you. If you become bald, you will see yourself as bald, but you will never, ever judge yourself as bald. You won't care.
Yeah.
Do you see that? So when realities come true, you have a relationship with it of isn't this trust reality is. But see, you don't have that relationship with your hair loss or your bank account. You have a lackful relationship. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
So she wants you to see that when you experience the emptiness in your bank account, the baldness, or seeing Roxy as both vibrations, that's your truth.
Yeah.
And you're not being it. You're always trying to fix it.
Hmm.
Yes, do you see that?
Yes.
Well, that's what you need to accept and stop trying to fix reality is.
Okay.
Brent, it's uncomfortable because you're denoting a part of you that you do not want to admit to because you are judging it. Once you are it and your consciousness sees it, it begins to deplete automatically, naturally. But your ego is saying, no, I have to pay attention to this because this is real. Yes, of course it's real. What you don't understand is that by looking at it, your ego is going to deplete to a point where it's not going to matter anymore and you're not going to notice it.
Yeah.
So that it's a
Yes,
paradox. That
but if
creation,
you keep doing it, it stays around. That's
that
why
very
the fix
creation,
doesn't work. Go ahead.
right, that very creation that you're being taught look at is a creation, but it's one that is going to be like anything else in your life and it's going to drop away and the new will come in. Yes, you are a creator. Yes, you have to admit to this, but not admitting is judging. I'm bad because I believe this. It's I am the creator of this. And then it's going to get old. And you're going to wake up one day and it's not going to be there. The reason they keep telling us that we bring our shit into the now is because we don't know how else to live. We don't know what it is to love ourselves 100% and say, yeah, I'm a dickhead. I judge my hair and then I judge other people's. I can guarantee you one thing, Brent. Most of the people in this class don't see it whatsoever. If I'm in your vibration and I see it, it's because I feel you. But I couldn't give a shit. You're the one that's giving a shit about it.
Yes.
So you've got to admit it and not give a shit about it to where it is a value that you hold on to show as a masterpiece
Okay.
image.
But do not convince yourself you don't give a shit about it. You have to accept it as the pain. Do you get it? Roxanne
Yes.
knows she's never going to have a baby. Roxanne knows she's not a genetic girl. Roxanne knows she will never be a passable transgender. So you know what she fell in love with? This. Now she doesn't care. And there's no convincing. And there's no relative reality. She's authentic. You're not doing the process of the now. You're doing the process of time, trying to fix. What were you going to say? You have another point.
What Jennifer just said, that was going to be my next question, because you said earlier, if you could erase your memory, you'd have no problem being now. So being now erases our memory. Is that correct?
Doesn't it? No, no. Look at you. Why are you figuring this out? You're trying to get another piece of nugget. We just said, imagine if you had no memory. Wipe it now. And now you have no memory. Why do you need a memory?
No, we
You
don't.
can't.
Yeah.
Yes. No, wait. Let me finish, Jen. I want you to know, why do you need a memory?
We don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
But you can have one. It's a way to create. That's what we're trying to show you. But we need you to be now to know that you can't rely on your memory to dictate your life.
Yeah.
But Brent, there's a difference between erasing your memory and choosing not to engage in one.
Yes.
Yes, you can't erase it.
You can't get rid of creation. You can't
But
get rid
that's
of your
what he
pain.
tries. You're always
lack
trying
that
to extinguish something.
The
Let me
lack
give
that we
you
talked
an
about
idea.
last night, Brent, is a lack that is within you that needs to be seen. It is gnawing at you to go, this is a part of my creation. You are doing everything to fix it. It doesn't want to be fixed. It wants to be seen. The
It
pain that
wants
you
to be
feel about
held.
your image wants to be noticed. And in a way, which is strange, the minute you notice it, it goes away. It starts to deplete. But you can't get rid of that creation. You've got to be natural in the now.
Here,
You've got to go through the pain.
let me show you. When you accept it, you are joining the vibrations. When you let's say reject it, you are keeping yourself away, separate from creation. You've had that 1,000 times in this class. I've been
Yes.
very present in this class, but you keep rejecting you. How long do you want to do it?
Not
It's
anymore.
not good. Well, then just don't. See, all it is, your bank account is empty. Can you admit that your bank account is negative?
Yes.
Is it negative now?
Not completely, no.
So it's not completely.
No.
How much you fight for your unworthiness. It's incredible. I love it. I get it all the time. I don't want to be me. 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 And look, you were just not you. I asked you a simple question. Is it that now? You see, you wanted the drama side by saying yes, but you couldn't lie. So you gave it some, not completely. So you maybe softened it because you need to have some drama. See, look at the feeding. Look at the frenzy. Look at the sharks. Look at the ego stifling itself and feeding itself at the same time.
Mm.
Is your account negative now?
No.
Then why did you bring it up?
Because it was last
See?
week when my car
Quiet.
payment went to
Stop.
go out.
Stop. See how you go? The right answer is I really didn't need to, did I? See how it is to be now? It doesn't concern itself with the past. You concern yourself with the past. So therefore the past must be now. But the truth is, it's not negative. You have money. But you don't need it now, but you have that safety and security as a cyclic algorithm. It's not that you have money in the bank for safety. The money is not there until you need it. When you need the money is. If it's not there, then you don't need it. Then there is a different vibration. But you don't trust that, so you keep employing the safety and security cyclic to have the experience of up and downs. You're a Saturday night hooker.
Brent, you're going to have to start seeing that you're diminishing your ego that is grabbing onto these things to say, I'm alive. And the pain that you're feeling in the now is the pain of it diminishing and everything that you know as a human being shifting. And because you're on the unknown, on the cusp of being okay in every moment and everything being the same, non-polarized, you're scared. You have to admit that to yourself and just get up and keep going.
Yes.
Brent, I am going between scared and okay, but this non-polarized world is starting to show itself to me. You would think it would be relief. It's not. It's a fucking scary place to be. But I understand why I grab onto things and live through them, because that's all I've known. Anything, Roxy said this to me last night and it drove me home. Anything you put outside of yourself as an object, it doesn't exist. When you start understanding that you are the creator of absolutely everything in your life, you're going to turn around and in the same moment, you're going to cry and be totally relieved in the same moment. You're not used to it. Let yourself go.
Okay, how about Jennifer? Don't tell him too much because then he starts to dream about that. His ego attaches, that's what he should be. You got to feel yourself. Don't give him too much because too much information starts to cloud and then the ego takes over to handle the chaos and starts to label stuff. Be a god of yourself. Just be a god, Brent. You're doing it already. But the one thing I would like to see is that the objects need to be seen as subjective. These are my creations. Subjective, not objects outside of you. Go back and listen to Jane. She spoke great ideas of wisdom for you how to be in viewship of your reality. The idea of Air Apostle, there goes the clothing store again. Roxy has to go, it's a sale. But you have to see, Aristotle had the subjective and the objective universe defined so beautifully. And you have to engage in that. But you keep doing the work up in your mind, expecting different results, but the vibration is I'm lack.
Hmm.
The vibration is I'm lack about myself, and my constant fixing only bequeaths lack. Are you following that?
Yes.
You have to make different choices. You have to live differently. You have to accept what you are. Your baldness is so obtuse for you to think that bald is what attracts lovers. It doesn't attract lovers. You see bald men everywhere in this world having lovers. You know that's a truth, but your ego won't let you have that because the ego needs something to depend on as a judgment so it can be an image and feed itself. And you cannot accept that baldness is beautiful. That Roxy can have a loving relationship. And anyone can be in love because that's what we are. But as long as you are judging yourself and in opposition, then the lack will stay filled. Anything else, anybody?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got something, I think.
Hello, Sonia.
It seems to me that all of it is really about acceptance, just accepting. And it also appears to me that there are different levels of acceptance. More superficial, and then it gets deeper and deeper and
Yes.
deeper.
Usually it is indifference would be considered your acceptance of superficial. You're indifferent about it. You really don't care, but you do at a deeper sense, but you don't know that vibration, so you give it and apply indifference and allow people to do what they want. And now it should just take over. But then the acceptance, as you say, does become deeper. It becomes more intimate. It becomes more personal. And then it becomes persona. Because the new acceptance of yourself is accepting you are a creator.
Yeah.
Exceptional
It seems to me that for brands, you should really not be concerned with anything other than acceptance. Acceptance, acceptance, and acceptance.
Yes, but his algorithm mind doesn't want to accept because he is so bored and nothing to do. He has to have the frenzy. His entire family is a frenzy. All they do is frenzy themselves in dynamic ego structures to judge and be judged until their death, and that's what they hope for. They hope their egos stay alive, but Brent and Colton are doing the work to no longer do that. But it is a large habit. And as she says, acceptance, 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 Brent. Then you will start to see that life is pretty fucking good without you judging it. And you can't exist without the ego judgment feeding itself. But that is your journey, your choices, and your experiential. It will never be accomplished in theory. Exceptional insight, Sonia. All right. Very good. I'll bring Miss Roxy back.
I got one last thing.
Yes, Carl.
Sort of like a challenge for the class. So try this one on for size. Someday, maybe a Saturday, if you're, whatever your day off, okay? Just leave the house in the morning, take nothing with you, and, you're going to be on an adventure. That's it. So then you can tell people you're on an adventure, but you don't have to. You're going to go and just stick your thumb out for a ride and be like, hey, I'm on an adventure. You hop in the car, you say, where are you taking me? Oh, do you want to do an activity? No? Okay, drop me off the next block. Great. And then you just do that all day. Just try that for 1 day.
Stop. Good, but too much. You guys always try to explain what your experience was and how it can give it to another. Here's the idea, and here's where you can just give it to them, because you got to trust that these are gods in the room, Carl. Here, take a Saturday off. Go outside, bring nothing with you, and start to adventure. And that's it. Don't say stick your thumb out. Don't say adventure. Don't say drop me off, because that's leading them in a course of time-based reality of accomplishment, and that is an attachment frenzy for the ego, Carl. Your life of adventure is no one else's.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
you offer is take a day and find out what happens with no intention. Just, I'm going to adventure today. Walk outside and go. See what happens. Let the God explore its kingdom, not with an idea of a syllabus. Make sense?
Yeah, I really got really attached to that actually.
Bingo. But
Yeah.
now you see that within yourself.
Okay.
Master all of it. Good, good,
Got it.
good stuff. All right. I like the way Roxanne has vibration. That's from Bashar.
Can I ask something quick? Should we
Sure.
do something that we don't feel the inclination to do? So I
No,
understand.
absolutely not.
What I'm saying is Cole's saying go and do this. And what happens if I'm not?
Stop. You already answered your question. Why do you have to harp it home? Because you were an ego, Tamsin.
Okay.
You know you don't want to do that because that is intention. You guys noticed it, of course. Some of you will do it because it'll be exciting one day. And you'll remember, well, Carl mentioned that. I remember that. Feels good now.
Right.
But in time, you don't set yourself. And you don't say, because I. Well, we don't care about I. We don't care about what you think. But you need to let us know. That's your ego. That's what you need to recognize. The idea is, what do you think about intention? Like an itinerary to do something. You knew that was bullshit in your now, didn't you? Say yes.
Yes.
Oh, very good. And that's all, you just leave it. You offer to say, you know what? I like the idea, but I don't want to intend to do it. So if it comes naturally. That's a master. You find it in yourself? Because the ego wanted to drive the point home. Always recognize, always be humble, always be now. And allow these new exposures of things that no longer service you to deplete. Because you are on a trek, as I've said, to become a whole master. And this you shall. Anything else? Good stuff. Booyah.